Hey, this is Abla speaking, doing a One Piece opinion chapter piece, and I'm going to be combining two chapters, 1052 and 1053, because I think they should be discussed as a whole, and also we're not getting any more chapters in a few more weeks, because Oda's taking a break, and it's been very ambiguous, because the official forms are stating that he's preparing for the final saga, but in the Japanese, saga can be interpreted as many arcs. So it's unclear if Oda is preparing to do just one final big arc. If this from Wano Country, we're just jumping into one final big arc, and I'm pondering if that's the case, we're probably going to be moving from island to island like fairly rapidly. We're not going to be staying in the islands. So it's good that he's taking a break because this arc has been convoluted and there's like plot holes in it. I won't deny that, but I'm glad it's also over. So that's that, and he deserves a break, you know. So other than that, let's start with the cover page of 152. And to my surprise, Caesar, he's still on Whole Cake Island. I thought he escaped. So Radio's noticing Caesar, and I guess they're gonna escape together. So this is very surprising to me. I thought he escaped, but he was just left behind. That's very interesting. So that means Caesar's gonna meet up again with Sanji's father, Vinsmoke. Vinsmoke Dreg. So this is very interesting. Because in the second cover page, we don't have a cover page. We just have some sort of promotional stuff for One Piece Odyssey. Whatever. I think this is a card game. Very interesting. But other than that, this is very surprising to me. And we start off the chapter in 152. We start off with the Gorosei. And the Gorosei kind of seem incompetent at this point. So they're pretty much saying that it's official. 2 Yonkos have been defeated. And on top of it, Nika has emerged. And they still somehow want Nico Robin. They still want Nico Robin for some shape or form. But we're also going to find out that this Nico Robin thing is also sort of becoming relevant because of a certain person that emerged in 153. And we'll discuss it. But I guess yes. But their transmission gets cut off. Someone's interfering with their signal, I guess. So we're going to... And we'll get to this very interesting plot point here, which is... I'm not sure if this was done on the fly because it doesn't seem like this was fairly well planned. So we see Hawkins and we also see X-Drake. And X-Drake's all wounded and Hawkins just walks up to him and they start discussing. And we come to find out that the certain man who you were talking about that had 1% of surviving was actually Hawkins himself. Which kind of doesn't make sense to me. Like, why didn't he just change the odds of that and just straight up betray? But he does say that he didn't want to turn traitor again. Because apparently he didn't fight Kaido because victory was hopeless. It was certain defeat. But he did say Kid and them fought and all that stuff even against their odds. So he didn't want to do a double betrayal, I guess. No, he didn't want to betray, and it's heavily implied he dies. And it's kind of like a waste of his character, if you ask me. But it's not, it's implied. He just slumps over. Because remember, it's 1%. He still has like 1% of survival, so he's going to survive. So that means X-Drake is not going to die, which is interesting because I don't think we see him in the next chapter. So I don't know what he's been up to. So this is very contradictory because in the anime, it makes it very clear that the person he was talking about was X-Drake, not himself. So this is, to me, looking like a last-minute change, which is not good for writing terms. But anyway, this is very interesting. I'm pondering if he's really dead or... because I don't see what his death means to anything. Like, what did he learn out of this? Or what did X-Ray learn out of this? Like, I don't understand the teaching here. What is the message here? But anyway, I guess that's that. And we go back to Wano. And apparently in Wano's celebrating. And apparently re-education has begun. So indoctrination has already begun. And now they're talking about Kuzuri and the Great Odin and all that stuff. So Momonosuke is working fast here. They're indoctrinating. Even the students are like not happy about this. So I guess they like this. Heavy, Sada Heavy, go away. So I guess in a way she did treat him nice. So that was good. So now the kids are celebrating because they can drink water and eat to their hearts full. And build a temple of Fado Capo. And now we go to the... build a temple to the flower capital. And we come to find out in chapter 152 that Ashura and Izo died. So they straight up died. Like, holy cow. These characters were pretty much insignificant. Their deaths was pretty much insignificant. The only person I feel bad here is Marco himself. He does state, and I'm still kicking for some reason. So I guess Marco wants to die, but I see if he dies in some stupid way, I think that's a waste of his character. And it could be good in also a way because you'd be pondering who would get his powers. And since we know that mythical Zoan type fruit have a will of their own, that means they choose their next user in a way. So that means that fruit technically chose DeMarco to be its user. So these deaths are so unimpactful that like they seem like a last minute change. Because I don't understand how Ashura Doji died of some explosion when Kinemon was literally clobbered in the head with Conqueror's Haki infusion and then split in half by a sword and somehow survived. And this guy gets blown up. And then we see Izo literally die by a Shigan. One of the most, like, really very unimpactful. So they're reminiscing about death, and Marco saying for some reason I'm still alive, so I guess he's being reserved for something. And then we see Yamato, beautiful Yamato, stating she's on the rooftop hungry, and I guess Luffy and have awoken. And Hiyori is back at her old Nancy's, being a tomboy, and double kicking Momonosuke in the face, which is good. And then we see a cover page, and we see a classic here. I guess this is nice. Zoro booze, Luffy meet. And they're all running towards him. Yamato's running towards him. And we see the crew here. Nami's reading a book with... I forgot her name, honestly. The goat guy, and they're bringing food. Zoro. Zanji's happy. And this is a very nice panel right here where Chopper jumps on top of Zoro and Yamato is hugging Luffy. And they all like... Momonosuke's happy to see them. And they're like, who the hell is this guy? They don't recognize me. So this is very funny. Then he goes jumping to Nami and gropes her, and Nami just clobbers him. And I guess Sanji and Baruch are happy about this. And then Yamato does a sweet thing here, putting in that he should toughen up. And apparently Yamato did some sort of let's take it back together, prayer. And I guess Yamato did a prayer, and I guess she wouldn't eat or bathe until her prayer was answered. And I guess Luffy's thanking her because I feel good. and she's thanking. She thinks it's his fault, and then we find out that the Jelly Sanji. We find out that Hiyori actually was in charge of cleaning. I'm not certain if it's both Luffy and Zoro, but she definitely did clean Zoro, and Sanji's infuriated. And naturally, that whole thing, kill me thing, turns into a complete gag, so nothing serious led out of that. And Yamato takes the bath with the guys, so she pretty much reveals everything. And we all know that Zoro and Luffy are neutral to this. They're not very affected because Boa Hancock, right? Momonosuke is completely shocked. Sanji is dying. Baroque is shocked. So Sanji is pretty much dead. And god damn, I wish I was one of them. And interesting, we have this dichotomy here within these two panels. Because we see Kiku in the woman's bath. Interestingly enough. And she does say she does feel uncomfortable in the men's bath. But remember, we have to remember, Kiku identifies as a girl. Yamato identifies as Odin, which is very interesting. So there's a complexity here. So I don't know what to say of this. I'm not really gonna look into this, so it's whatever. Yamato's boobs flashing, that's good to me. Kiku has no boobs, now that I think about it. But we do see Nami's boobs. And no Robin, very disappointed here. Then we go back to, I guess the repairs are being done on the ships, and Frankie is helping with repairs on all ships. And it appears that Killer and Pandem and Beppo think Frankie is cool, I guess. And that's good. But then Killer reminds them, don't get friendly with them. And they start talking about their bounties. And this is very funny. Apu here is a very interesting character. Like, he is a double, triple backstabber. No ramifications whatsoever. He's like backstabbing, leaking information to everybody. So it looks like Apu is heavily connected with a lot of people, which is very interesting here. And he says it leaked out, and Kid calls him out. It's obviously you. And so we're gonna find out the bounties of just a certain few, and the new Yonkos. And we also see that Green Bull's on his way, and he's a plant fruit user, which is interesting. So that's it for 152, which is okay. We get ramifications. We get 2 deaths where are not impactful at all. We have no idea what happened to Big Mom and Kaido. Could be dead. We don't know yet. So we move on to 153. And the bulk of 153 is the news coming up. We find out the incompetence of the Goro continues to grow. And I believe the reason because of this is because the Nika fruit wasn't something that was planned out thoroughly. This is something that was done on the spot. It was a mess up, and as a result, Gorosei pretty much look incompetent in my opinion. We find out that they don't want the D to be revealed, even though it's been revealed for like since the first bounty picture came out, Monkey D. Luffy, which is ridiculous to change it now. And we also find out that the image being used for his bounty is that of his Gear 5th form, which is a Sangha Nika. And it's very interesting that the reason that they might not want it to be revealed is that maybe some nations might recognize it. Maybe. Who knows? But then we don't know. But it is kind of incompetence. We also find out the one who leaked the picture is a survivor. The CP0 survivor. And Morgus is having a field day. He doesn't want the truth to be covered up. So, because it's too interesting for him. It's like a soap opera for him. And he's loving it. And we also see Sabo in the picture, and it appears this is a revolutionary island because we have the flag of the revolution, and there's a giant picture. And this is again Oda teasing to what happened to Sabo. Is he dead? It seems unlikely that Oda would kill him, like off screen kill him. So I think he's just captured. That's all I'm gonna say about Sabo thing. And we see the bounties. Not Yonko yet. So we see each one get 300 million, 300 billion. Trafalgar D. Law, Monkey D. Luffy, Eustace, Captain Kidd, and I think Luffy should be higher. Kid, okay. Law should be higher because his devil fruit is just broken. And Kid is going to Luffy. And we see, they're preparing the food, triple checking for poison. And the only one who's gentleman enough to wait is how do you say, Jinbei? Because Jinbei's always been a Chaten. And you see that, and I'm really excited for this animation to happen. We see that there's a duet here going on with Hiyori and Baroque, and I'm really interested how the anime is gonna do this. I'm really hoping it's really hype. And we see Yamato, Chopper, and I'm hoping she does become a Nakama, because this is a really nice panel. Yamato's excited, first festival. She's so much food. They're all cheering. They're all happy. And then we get to this very interesting. Whoever called this out, that Sukiyaki, whoever called that Tenguyama was Kuzuki Sukiyaki out, they were on point, and it's not very surprising. Robin, this is also not the red poneglyph, to be honest here. This is another poneglyph which we still don't know, and it appears he was trapped here in this room and by the time he was able to escape, Odin was already dead, and apparently he complimented suicide, seppuku, but he didn't kill himself. But then it's still not answered, who has he been waiting for? Because he did say he was waiting for someone. And this is why I was talking about, like, Robin's importance becomes very, I don't know, unbalanced here, because we know 100% that he knows how to read and write the ancient poneglyph language. So, what does this mean here? Two people that can read the ancient poneglyph information. And Robin straight up reveals that Pluton, the ancient weapon Pluton, is supposed to be here, because that's what the alabaster poneglyph said. Out of nowhere comes out. So I guess this is the reason Kaido was so hell-bent on this and couldn't find it. I think Wano country itself is Pluton. I think Wano country itself can move in some shape or shape. Wano country is like one giant ship, in my opinion. That's my opinion, and it could shoot some sort of giant destroying beam laser, or something's going on, because it's very confusing here, because he does state it is. He states it is here. So Pluton is here, and Sukiyaki knows its location. So Robin's about to find its location. And then we go to the former execution chamber Udon, the prison, and I guess Greenbow's doing his thing. And he's pretty much a plant dude. He's from Naruto, Hashirama, whatever it's called. And he pretty much defeats Ken and Queen off screen. Now, it's been 7 days, or like a week, more of a week. And I'm pretty sure they're Kairoseki. They're in prison. So he attacked prisoners. And he can absorb the nutrients of things. Queen being very funny. I'm supposed to be the guy who stays surrounded, so he doesn't want to, because he's gonna be popular. Are they dead? No, I don't think they're dead. None of these characters are dead. They're just being drained. It would be ridiculous to just kill off, especially King, since he's been alluded to be so important. He's part of the Lunarians. He has an important role with Joy Boy. And then we have Queen here, who has an important role with Vegapunk and Sanji's father. So is Oda straight up gonna kill these guys off screen? No. And even if they go to prison, my opinion is all these cats going to impel down. There's gonna be another prison escape. I 100% guarantee it. And that's that. And we see the reveal of Aramaki. Ryukyuji Aramaki. Navy Admiral. And it appears he's a Akainu simp, like a straight up Akainu simp. And he's based off an actor, and it's not clear if this is a Black Blade. But he has a plant fruit, devil fruit ability, and he wants to kill Luffy. I'm gonna be honest with you, he's something's gonna happen to interfere with this fight. Because honestly, the amount of powerful dudes that are currently in Wano country, the odds are very stacked against him, like extremely stacked against him. Like, he's gonna get mid-diffed. Like, it's not even gonna be a contest. And I do not think Oda is gonna recently introduced Abno portray him losing. So something's gonna happen. And you have to remember, Wano's a sealed off country. Momonosuke's gonna have to do a part. He's gonna be involved with dealing with the Abno here, shape or form. And then we see possibly the most beautiful panel of this 2 chapters is Law. A kid is coming, and then we see this very nice panel, and both Kid and Luffy celebrating here to the fireworks. And this is I think this is done for a reason. This is symbolizing something, and I'm not sure what it is, because Oda did say that Kid was supposed to be important for some reason. He has an importance for the end game. Because Oda was surprised that so many people liked Law, but he didn't see Law as that important to the story as Kid. So there's supposed to be a significance between this. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. Could Kid end up sacrificing himself to save Luffy in the future? Potentially speaking, who knows? And then we see everybody celebrating. Interesting enough, we don't see Zoro. Where's Zoro? So yeah, everybody's celebrating. We have our own groups here. We have the Minks. Oh yeah, we do see Zoro. We see Nami and Zanji, Kiko and the Scabbards. The Yakuza clan. Otama. Kinemon with his wife. Apparently she survived. Beppo. Kid's crew. Kid being mad. And finally revealing the bounties. And this is the most impressive. I think this is really... I don't know what this means. Well, I think I do, because I think in a way this is good. Buggy, Shanks, Blackbeard, and Luffy are the new 4 Emperors of the Sea. Luffy is shocked. And I'm pondering if Luffy is shocked that he is an Emperor, or he's shocked of Buggy. Now, Buggy did foreshadow this in the anime, I think, not in the manga. So this is very interesting. Now, you have to ponder here. We understand what Luffy did to become an emperor. His stats are accounted for. But we don't see the bounty raises. I wonder if Blackbeard's going to get a bounty raise. But we don't see the bounty raise of Buggy. But you have to ponder here. What did Buggy do to get such recognition? We have to remember the last time we saw Buggy was when the Navy was attacking him, when the Shishibukai system was abolished, and they were asking him, what are we going to do, run away or fight? And Buggy stated, no, we're going to fight. So Buggy was stating confidence. And I'm honestly thinking that Buggy has a major role to play in the end of the series, endgame series. Because we know Buggy, he's not physically strong. And I highly doubt, even if you think about it, if awakening your ability, that's all that's required to you to put you on a Yonko level, that's kind of dumb. Why does Doflamingo doesn't become a Yonko? Katakuri is not a Yonko. He has an awakened ability. That has nothing to do with it. Buggy did something very interesting, and I'm really hoping to find out, or also his bounty. Buggy is the most interesting Yonko right now. To me, in my opinion, Buggy is the most, and I like Buggy's character. Ever since Impel Down thing, I really dig Buggy's character and his importance to the story. Because we still don't get no resolution. Because if I recall, in Imp and Down, Buggy was getting tools or equipment he needed, or the compass to find Captain Jonas's treasure. Who is this? I forgot, who is Captain Jonas's treasure? I think Captain Jonas's was a member of the Rocks Pirates. If though, that's very significant. Anyway, that's very interesting to find out Buggy is a Yonko. I like this. I like this outcome, because this puts you a lot of intrigue. Like, what did Buggy do to become a Yonko? Or are the Gorosa just that incompetent? Now, Buggy's character could be something like King in One Punch Man, where he has some sort of meta altering luck, like where he alters reality. And we've seen this happen. He's pretty much like an Usopp character where people just start following him for some reason. This could be signifying King's Haki too. And Oda did state if Buggy would have trained, he'd be just as strong as Shank. So, but we know Buggy's not training, so. And also got me thinking about his Buggy Ball, that little explosive thing, the thing that blows up. Could that be a weaker form of Pluton? Because how is he pulling that off? How is he because he pretty much the size of a pimple with this huge explosion. So he's a bit of a scientist himself. Very interesting here. So Buggy's character was underestimated, and Oda's telling his audience, like, don't underestimate his character. So other than that, in my opinion, is these are great conclusion chapters. But the other thing that's very interesting here is that we're still in Act 3. The Act 3 hasn't ended. When is Act 3 ending? We still have to enter epilogue. What's going on here? So we're gonna see what this goes. I'm hoping in the next chapter, which is still quite a way. We still got quite a way to. Let me check. Yeah, we still quite a way, because it was a month break. It was gonna take a whole month until July, July 20 something. We were gonna not get it, so we still got a huge way to go. Anyway, in my opinion, this is a good chapter, and we're starting. I guess Green Bull is gonna kick off the next arc. I think that's my opinion. Green Bull is kicking off the next arc in some shape or form, and Buggy is gonna have some major role at the end of the series, if not relatively soon, because we still got to find out what's going to happen. Anyway, I think these are great chapters, very refreshing. The battle's over, but I still want to see what happens. I still want confirmation on Kaido's and Big Mom's death. That's all I want, because we do find out in chapter 1-3 that Big Mom ships cut off the CP0 agents, so they still have a role to play. They're still doing something. So unclear what this something is. Big Mom crew saved Kaido and Big Mom. Who knows? Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Enjoy the break, and that's it. Watch, I guess, read One Punch Man, because One Punch Man right now is lit off the charts. Like, that's it. Peace out. Have a nice day, and have a nice one.